Hello, everybody, and welcome to New Japan Pro Wrestling's official English podcast. My name is Chris Charlton, and we are back with all the latest audio information on New Japan Pro Wrestling. We're surging back, all retooled on a semi-regular basis with the best and brightest of New Japan Pro Wrestling, the best and brightest and the hottest in the headlines, like the World Tag League winners. My guests for today, FinJuice, both Juice Robinson and David Finley.
Back with a vengeance, the podcast and Debbie Chan.
Yeah, both of us.
We're here.
Both of us at once. I thought I was getting one of you, and then I got both of you at once.
Yeah, I made him do it.
Yeah.
We're a unit now, Chris. It's time to recognize.
This is, full disclosure, one day after the World Tag League Finals. You're back in Tokyo, showered, clean of Zima.
Yes. Oh my goodness. What a joke on us. I probably can't go too in depth on that, but I'm not a Zima drinker. But I understand that's our sponsor, and we love them. And
it was free.
When you have a drink, yeah, the best alcohol is free alcohol. When you have a drink in 3 weeks, besides one time when you fall down and bump your head.
Oh well, yeah, that
tastes good. So. Zima it was last night, and they went down all right. Thank you, the fine people of Zima. Thank you, Henry, for bringing it out.
It was delicious and also extremely sticky. So
my eyes are burning.
Look at that burns if it gets in your eyes, real bad. It looked like we were crying and we were just trying to rub Zima out of our eyes.
My costume is so sticky right now. My fur.
Your sticky fur.
My faux fur and Zima don't mix very well.
So World Tag League, to people, it is our hope that this English podcast goes outside the spectrum, that maybe people are listening to this and the sound of our voices that don't necessarily watch New Japan World every day, every month, although you should, for 999 yen a month, the best deal in...
That's like, what, 875 USDs?
Yeah. Best deal in professional wrestling. But altogether, World Tag League runs all the way through November, a little bit of December, 120 matches this year.
Luckily, we weren't all. Yeah.
Well, you weren't actually wrestling 120 times, but
we
had 15, right? We had 15 of them.
15 tag matches, yeah. And that was my first tour back.
Yeah, my God.
So,
yeah. So how's the shoulder hanging up?
It's still attached to me, so that's an improvement. But it gave me a little bit of trouble throughout the tour. It's not quite 100%. Doctor said it might not ever be 100%, but it's good enough to be back in the ring. So there you have it.
It's good enough to be World Tag League 2019 champions. That's what I gotta say.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
It's holding up pretty well.
Right. And you have such a diverse range in World Tag League. I mean, you have 15 other tag teams, 30 other wrestlers in there. Then you get that range of Nagata and Nakanishi down to Cabana and Yano.
I love it. Yeah. I love it. I think, we had what we did last night with Evil and Sonata, and, that's one we always put on the calendar, but we always also look forward to, every year, Ten Cozy. Every year, Nagata and Nakanishi. We like, working our older, deeper in their career senpais. That might be towards their twilight, but it's fun and get in there and move around with them too. So I don't know. I like the old boys just as much as the young boys. What about you, Deb?
Yeah, same as me. Keep us on our toes for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And good reminder for them too. Let them know because we joke around a lot. We're silly. We are so silly.
Great locker room entertainment.
It's good to get them in the ring every once in a while. Let them know, hey, we're pretty badass too.
Would you say now that your Juicy said your focus has changed from earlier in the autumn to now? But then you have a team like Evil and Sonata. You beat on the last night. Two great singles wrestlers that come together, once a year, a little bit beyond that, and they're a great tag team as well. So are you guys now? Do you see yourselves as a tag team first, or as singles guys first? Or, where does that...
I see us as... I'll speak for us, and I think I'll always speak for me. I see us as a tag team first. I did the single stuff for a while, and it was good, but I don't know. Something about this seems a little better to me. So I view us as a tag team, as a unit.
I would agree with that.
I'm having the most fun when I'm with him. And I think that's really important in wrestling. And that's what I want to represent. You know, last night I saw about a 6-year-old Japanese boy wearing a Happy Beer shirt. And, you know, he can't speak English and I can't speak Japanese, but the hug that he gave, you know, I could tear up right now just thinking about it. But, you know, I like doing stuff like that. So, if I can do it with Debbie by my side, hell yeah.
You need a sort of kids-friendly version of your happy. A happy soda is like, right.
Well, I didn't tell you this, but he said he was going to wait half a dozen years.
A dozen.
More than that. My gosh, he was about 6.
A dozen's fine.
He just saw 2 cartoon, I mean, I'm sure his parents did come by every once in a while, so he knows we're old enough.
So, World Tag League it's the last big tour before Tokyo Dome. We have 3 events coming up in Korakuen Hall, the road to the Tokyo Dome, and then this is the last major step on the road to January the 4th and January the 5th this year.
Yes. And New Year's Dash.
And New Year's Dash as well.
Which is the place that's bigger than Korakuen.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it's called.
Ota, yeah?
Ota.
Yeah.
So 2 nights in the Tokyo Dome this year, 1 night in Ota this year.
Yeah.
Usually just January the 4th.
Right.
This year we're going January 4th, January 5th, January 6th. It's the biggest version of our biggest event.
I know.
What's Wrestle Kingdom come to mean to both of you now? You've been around it for a few years.
Well, for me, it's been something that I have really wanted to be on for a very long time. I managed to get on it a couple years ago as a defending trios champion with Ricochet and Kojima.
Koji, Bread Club represent.
And then since then, I've just been doing pre-show. So, like, in my injury time, that was one of the things that really motivated me to rehabilitate myself to the best of my abilities. Was I really just want to be on the Tokyo Dome, especially with it being 2 days this year. Double the chance to get on.
Yeah, it's the granddaddy of the, it's everything you want to do. You've heard it all. The biggest show of the year. But I don't know, this might be an unpopular thing to say, but to me it's very, very, every year, just very blurry. Usually you're bringing somebody, whether you're bringing your brother or your wife or whoever, if you're bringing a loved one, and you're worried about them, and you're trying to give them a pass, and you're like, oh, did you like this? Or here, you want to eat this? Or we're going to go here? Or you need to see this? Or let's go to that temple. And it's just like this crazy 72 hours usually of just... I mean, it's fun as hell.
Being a tour guide, basically.
But you don't really have time to stop and think, and before you know it, you're out there, and there's something about the Tokyo Dome. I know it's great, but it's hard to hear. I don't know. And maybe I just can't get the people crazy enough. The sound, I don't know. The sound goes up. It's just such a blur. The people are so far away. It's cool as hell. But it's like its own thing. And it happens
very different.
It ain't Real Goku. It ain't Budokan. It ain't Korakuen. I'm not saying I don't love it, but
it's got its own feel to it.
It's got its own feel to it. It's a unique thing, and it's not...
in a good way.
Does that change your game plan?
I think it might be more for the fans than it is for the wrestlers. Is that fair to say?
I like Korakuen. I like
we like Korakuen. We want
intimate,
it's intimate. It's a hot box. The noise is coming at you, and it's like this exchange of energy. I feel like in the Tokyo Dome, it's a giant balloon pretty much. So all the noise just kind of goes up, and it's just. As a fan, and we, we're fans, and we've watched, after we wrestle on those days, we sit there and we watch the whole show, and to watch it is cool, but
it's incredible to watch it.
To be in the ring performing,
it's different because you only do it once a year, so it's like, oh man,
I'll say it's different, It might take a long time to get used to it.
I think that fans as well have the same feel. If you're at Korakuen, you're right by it.
You can't beat it.
Whereas in the Tokyo Dome, it's a different kind of when you have that many people together, but you are all together, and like you're one figure in a sea of 40,000.
Yeah.
But like you're all it's more than just the match. It's the entire atmosphere of being in there. There's nothing quite like it, I think.
That's true. And it does grow as the night goes. And, I've never found, and neither has Dad, we've never found ourselves fortunate enough to be in the main event. But I'm sure if you're in the main event, you're having,
Yeah. I mean, I've sat all the way on the third floor, and I've sat like right at ringside. It's crazy to feel the, even because there's so much distance, the chants will start here, and they'll take a second to get to the back.
Right.
So like that kind of feels, you need. There's so many different. Do you think that in a way, I've talked to guys like Ibushi who have said, well, being there and when you have that distance, it's easier to focus on what you're actually doing in the ring.
Yeah.
In a way.
Yeah.
That you don't have that in the back of your mind. Does it sort of change your approach to...
It kind of does a little bit, but also like, I don't know, for an example, if I hit a sweet dropkick at Corkin, I can hear the people immediately. I'm like, yeah.
You hear me. I'm just over there in the red corner.
I know I hit a sweet dropkick, whereas if I hit one in the Tokyo Dome, it's like, oh, that might have been a bad one. And about 8 seconds later, it's like, oh, I was actually maybe okay.
And I can see where he's coming from, and that makes a lot of sense.
So January 4th, January 5th, Juice Robinson is lucky enough to be wrestling on... Lucky enough or unlucky enough to be wrestling 2 nights in a row.
That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the deal is you guys won World Tag League. So that gives you a championship shot against the tag team champions, who are Tamatonga, Tangaloa.
And is it officially official or
That's,
what?
Both of these. It's all right. Yes, it's officially official. So we're great.
Oh, perfect.
So tag team titles.
Yes.
January the 4th.
Yes.
Now, also on January the 4th, Texas Deathmatch between one Lance Archer and one John Moxley.
Yes, sir.
2 guys who, well, Juice is familiar with both of them. Div is familiar with Lance. And then you're in the lucky or unlucky scenario of wrestling the winner.
Well, I'd say it's pretty lucky.
It's pretty lucky, right?
January 5th. Shots over a weekend. Is it over a weekend? Where is it?
One weekend, there you go. And everybody's talking about the big main event across 2 days. Somebody's going to be Intercontinental and Heavyweight IWGP champion. You could be US and Tag Team champion.
And just think, I haven't even tweeted about it. My goodness. Yeah, but I know, Hashizuma asked me that last night. And that's the first I heard about it. But I could see why that match, would be made because me and Moxley had something set up. And I had a rematch coming, and then he didn't come because... Typhoon.
Yep.
And so, but with that being said, I'm not thinking about that. And I'm not going to think about it at all until me and Debbie win the tag team championships. So the first thought I will ever put in to whoever wins on the 4th and then challenges me for the 5th, I somehow get a bye, which is pretty sweet. The first thought I will put into that will be the night of the 4th. So I'm not going to think of that. I'm going to prepare for the tag titles, and that's what I'm worried about.
Well, I would assume those guys would have the same thought in mind. That they're not going to think about you until... And they have to go through a Texas death match and whatever that entails.
Great. I got the lucky... This is like WrestleMania 10 where... do you remember, Chris? Yes.
Right, yeah.
It was maybe Luger and Yokozuna, winner faced Bret Hart or something like that. I'm Bret Hart, so I'm like, I was the last one to touch that title. I think I'm the one that's making out like a bandit. So whatever. Sometimes things happen like that. Whatever. I'm not worried about it. I'm worried about the tag titles and winning them with Debbie.
The other side to that, David, is from where you sit in that Texas death match. And you wrestled Lance Archer in San Jose.
Yeah.
Would you give him the edge over John Moxley?
You know what? I've never faced John Moxley, so I don't know if I'm the best person to answer this, but I would probably give Lance the edge. You don't realize how big he is until you're standing across the ring from him. He's huge. So big.
I mean, I thought that until last night when I watched Mox just walk in, wham, DDT, and then dropped Suzuki on his stack of dimes too. We all love that.
I didn't see any of the show. I was kind of hiding in a tunnel.
But I mean, if anybody's guessing the testicular fortitude that John Moxley has, I mean, he's got he's heavy in the undercarriage. So I don't think I don't know. I don't think you can really bet. I think
Flip a coin, maybe?
Yeah, maybe flip a coin. But Moxley seemed pretty fired up last night, and sometimes Lance, to me, seems like just a big bully who talks a lot. And maybe if the right guy, not me, I guess, but the right guy comes along and...
Definitely was a name.
Yeah, it might be Moxley. And slaps him around a little bit. Maybe we'll see that bully, lose. Get his comeuppance. That's what I was looking for.
That's it.
Comeuppance? How do you say it? Comeuppance?
Yeah, comeuppance. Yeah.
Comeuppance. That's a hard one for me.
It's good, as long as you get it out once or two. Yeah. Do you have an eyes on the main event on January 5th? 4 guys, Jay White, Tetsuya Naito, Kota Ibushi, Kazuchika Okada. Someone's going to be double champion, intercontinental and heavyweight champion. 2 belts.
Anybody but Jay.
Anybody but Jay.
Anybody but Jay.
Yeah, of course. Of course we don't want it to be Jay, a little sniveling prick. But, I think I'd like it to be Ibushi. But I got a feeling it'll be Naito. And if it ain't Naito, Naito's got to quit bitching and do something else because, man, I'm sick and tired of hearing about all his stuff. So if he doesn't do it, he better shut up about it.
I could also easily see Okada.
Yeah. I mean, he's got to handle this for...
Probably the greatest IWGP heavyweight champion in
we want
recent
Ibushi.
history.
Ibushi's in our locker room, and he's the salt of the earth. So he's the sweetest man of all time. So, we're in his corner. Well, I don't want to speak for you, Debs.
No, I think my heart says Ibushi, my head says Okada. If that makes any sense.
What do you think, Chris?
I kind of think this time of the year, it's funny, we're in election season in the UK, kind of getting up to that in the US as well. So like this period of time, it's like election campaigning, right?
Yeah.
And everybody's sort of making these sort of final statements, which is weird. Naito's usually so verbose, and now he's so quiet over the last few weeks. He hasn't made any comments as of yet during the Tag League tour or whatever. I think Ibushi's the only one, if you made that political analogy, like he's the only one that seems to have a policy about all this. Kazuchika Okada's kind of like, why, I've got this title, why would I want another one?
He's like...
Jay White has made this case of, well, I want both titles just to have both of them. And also because Naito wanted it and I want to take that away from him. Naito said, I want to make history as being the first champion, but Ibushi is the only person that's talked beyond that. I'm going to have both these titles. It's going to be a big stepping stone for me to sort of be more famous, to talk about wrestling worldwide, to get more eyes on the product, to get more eyes on me. So I think he's the only person that's looking past the Tokyo Dome.
Yeah.
So for that, that I think that gives him a mental edge, I think.
Yeah. It's going to be fun to watch how it all pans out.
Very, very interesting. I just really hope to God it's not Jay.
I don't think so. I think he's worried about that.
Right. So once that's behind us, Wrestle Kingdom goes for 2 nights this year. After Wrestle Kingdom, New Year's Dash. And that usually sets up an awful lot.
Arguably the most exciting show of the year is New Year's Dash.
That is, don't sleep on that. Because it's the only card every year.
Fans and wrestlers alike, we have no idea what's going on.
No idea what's going to happen.
You show up with your bag and your boots and you see what happens.
Exactly. You look at the walls, like, oh,
gosh.
That's literally, they hand you the format sheets at ringside, like right while they're announcing the matches. So nobody has any clue. It's very, very protected. And usually, big things happen. And
people try to make a statement on that day, which you should.
It's one of those days.
It's the beginning of the next chapter.
Yeah, New Year's Dash, and anytime we're at Ryogoku, just expect wild things to happen.
So that will sort of set plans in motion for what happens in January. And January is a very, I always love after New Year's Dash, you have that Fantastica Mania tour where the Mexican guys come over. It's a very nice sort of festival atmosphere.
We go on vacation. Great. I'll have some Coronas in spirit, all right?
I'd
all right, fellow Lucha Libres. All right, you fellow Lucha Libres. No,
no LG Sereno is going to come in with a mask.
We did that, we did that when we were in the dojo. But.
Yeah. Then Right. It's down to business. And down to business means new beginning.
Right.
Now, new beginning last year and this year, we've started with New Beginning USA. Usually New Beginning was a Japan only thing. We're going to go to Sapporo, we're going to go to Osaka. But last year, we thought, well, let's try New Beginning USA. New Japan of America is getting going. So let's have that first statement. Let's sort of, make a case for what this is going to be over the year. And we've just announced New Beginning USA 2020 is coming up. It's going to be 5 dates.
Ooh,
from January 4th, January 24th to February 1st, January 24th, New Beginning USA in Tampa.
Ooh, my old stomping ground.
There you go, yeah.
The Southeast United States we're doing?
Right.
Sounds like it.
St. Petersburg Coliseum.
Oh, good.
On January 24th. January 26th, we're back in Nashville in the War Memorial.
Oh, hell yeah.
Nashville's cool. I like Nashville.
Yeah, we had fun there last time with the Tory.
Yeah.
January 27th, debuting in North Carolina, Raleigh, North Carolina, in the Durham Armory.
Never been there.
Yeah, no reaction to that.
That's cool.
I'm sure it's a great town. January 30th, Miami, Florida.
Whoa,
Miami.
The Charles F. Dodge City Center, January the 30th.
Oh, dude. Maybe. I don't know. I think I've been down in there. I did a lot of Florida shows.
There you go.
In another life.
Right. Somebody's going to be on Cage Match in a second. And then February the 1st, Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh, yes! I live in Atlanta.
The Coca-Cola Roxy, a short drive.
Oh, we're doing the Roxy?
There you go.
Oh, my.
Sweet.
Oh, we're doing the Roxy.
Whatever, I'm
saying
neon lights on the outside and stuff.
Oh, wow, cool.
NJPW1972.com for that.
Great.
Yeah, New Beginnings.
That sounds awesome.
You were part of the US events last year. Challenging.
Yeah, maybe didn't go according to plan, which was a bummer for everybody, I think. Talent, fans, office alike. Didn't go the way we wanted to because of the United States government.
Oof.
So, I don't think that's going to happen this year. So, and
but also
what I will say about that.
Also, last year it did kind of give you and I an opportunity to kind of get pushed into a main event spot.
And those shows, maybe they weren't what we wanted to bring the people. The first time over there for New Beginning, but with what happened, that they were pretty good.
Yeah, we worked our asses off.
Yeah,
it was a good
it was
show.
good.
So, I feel like people went home happy. And
we did our best. We tried to explain ourselves.
We all felt the same way.
Yeah, we felt bad about it too.
We didn't want anyone to feel like they got shafted because they kind of did.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, to sort of to talk about to the new fans, what happened was that that there was going to be some of our Japanese New Japan talent scheduled to be on the events, and because of troubles with the immigration, they couldn't get their visas in time, and so everything had to change. But like you guys said, it turned into, I don't think there was a single fan that left those shows disappointed. I think when we had that announcement go out, there was a lot of dissenting voices, which you would expect.
Right.
But then when everybody came home after the event, they were like, wow, this is, that was a New Japan event, which is to say it was, the best live professional wrestling that you can get anywhere. And that's kind of a thing of New Beginning. Sometimes January the 4th at the Tokyo Dome, January 4th and 5th, sometimes things end. And the New Beginning is where, okay, this creates opportunity for us.
And I don't know, was that the first time we saw Colt Cabana?
It was indeed.
Ring?
Yeah, it was indeed.
Maybe that was the beginning of him, and then we got him. And,
that was the only tour I did.
Yeah, we got him in New Japan Cup, and then we got him with Toru Yano in the World Tag League. And I would, if you're not a fan of that guy, check your pulse, I would say, but to each their own. But yeah, you're right. You never know that was an opportunity for him. So, but this year, I think it's going to go a little, more according to plan, a little smoother. And I think.
Yeah, I have been. I got a note with red bold text to let everybody know that the Japanese wrestlers do have their visas.
The visas, yes.
Right.
Hello, people. The visas are up to date and they are ready.
Even if everybody gets food poisoning,
Yes.
they'll still drag their
We'll be
asses.
there.
Yeah. So, like, if the shows were great last year without the Japanese boys, imagine how much better they're going to be with them. You know,
Yes.
It's going to be that much more authentic.
Yeah, and that sort of...
Because that's what we're trying to bring the people in America. We're trying to bring them straight up New Japan shows. Exactly what we do over here. We're trying to bring that over there. So
Yeah, but to replicate that over there, you know, so
Yes,
that
exactly.
does mean
The exact
that,
experience that you
yeah,
get
it's going to be the exact
Corbin
style, the
Hall,
exact format, but maybe some new faces, you know, people that fit the New Japan style,
Yep.
but aren't necessarily Japanese.
Yeah.
So, you know, people that are coming out
cool.
the LA dojo,
Yep.
you know.
Or the Fale Dojo.
No, the
A lot
Fale
of
Dojo,
people
yeah.
get chances, so yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, you never know who's gonna pop up on those shows either.
Right.
It's exciting, yeah.
Yeah, it's a
Never
very...
know when you're gonna get a banger of a singles match too, you know?
I think that's the thing, right?
Yeah.
It's a very sort of packed time of year because, you know, it's a lot of these New Japan of America tours, they're going to be concurrent with, like, the Japanese tour is going to end, then maybe there'll be a bit of time, some American shows, and then some Japanese, and then American, you know, they'll alternate. But with New Beginning,
It'll be a split crew, it seems
it'll be
to
a
me.
split crew.
It would have to be, yeah.
And that is, you know, that the positive end of that is that we get to see guys in a singles environment that we don't necessarily normally get to see.
Right.
And lots of people sort of step up in that environment. So it's absolutely going to be very, very unique and absolutely worth being a part of. January 24th to February the 1st, NJPW1972.com. Right. So that seems to have brought us around to our conclusion, I imagine, for this episode of the podcast. Thank you, on a personal note, to everybody that was very high on the English podcast while it was around, and we've taken the time to figure out how best to retool this to give you guys the best information that we can and the best guests at every time. So we will be around on a semi-regular, maybe not weekly, but on a semi-regular basis from here on out. And we'll hear maybe more from Juice, because you're here all the time now.
I am.
Yeah.
I know. I'm going to Miami tomorrow, though. It's Key West, yeah. I'm going to Key West. We're going to golf and fish with my dad, but
Oh, nice.
then I'm coming back for Cork, and then I'm leaving again for Christmas, you know. So I guess I'm here I think I'm pretty much here the same as I've always been. It's just now I have an apartment instead of a hotel room.
Yeah.
I got a couch that I lay on. Only me.
Right. Last time we spoke, you didn't have any furniture.
No, oh my God, you'd love it. It's great. It's a beautiful place. Debbie, you were there.
Yeah, it's sweet.
Yeah. Have you ever...
My couch is cooler, though.
Well, yeah, but I'm in a little bitty.
Oh, it's cool. No, his place is sweet. I like it. Perfect place to have. And
I'm 6'2". I can lay on that sucker. That's all I need.
That's
His couch is like a house. I showed a Japanese babe. I'm like, oh, because it's
9 feet by 9 feet.
typical Debbie. I show him, oh, I got my furniture. I show him a picture of my nice little cute small Japanese apartment, which is perfect size for me. He's like, yeah, I got a new house too, and it's a mansion. And he's like,
It's not a mansion.
yes, it is. How many rooms is your? How many rooms? How many?
4 bedrooms.
It's just me, my wife, a dog, and a cat.
Okay. How many bathrooms?
2.5.
Yeah, and there's like an upstairs like fortress.
Yeah.
Or something. I don't know.
Over an acre.
Anyways, the couch. How big is the couch?
9 feet by 9 feet.
9 feet by 9 feet. You got Andre the Giant Baba napping on that?
That's what comes with Walt Hagley FinJuice, is the paycheck to do that kind of thing.
9 feet by 9 feet section.
Blow your short out. It's great.
Do you guys have kotatsu though? Have you ever had kotatsu? Like, kotatsu is, like, if you go high-end sofas, they'll come with a kotatsu attached, which is a table with, like, a blanket underneath. Like, imagine this hardwood, there'll be, like, blanket underneath there.
Yeah.
And then there's an electric heater underneath that. So you just sort of stick your legs under that. And a lot of them, yeah, they sell sofas with these things attached. So you just, like, splash out. And it is the place to fall asleep in.
Damn.
I think I need to get a new couch again.
Yeah.
That's cool. Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought mine was cool because it's got a little, like, It's not a sticker outer. What's it?
It's got what is it? A chase?
A chase.
Chase.
Yeah, I would not know that.
Chase long.
But it moves.
Yeah.
It moves. You can put it in the middle, the left, or the right. It's pretty sweet.
Right.
Yeah.
Who would have thought that on the NJPW English podcast we'd end it out with talking about
couches?
Couches
as a man and a woman too. I would say
as a pro wrestler.
I would venture to say.
There you go.
I would venture to say any human being listening to this understands how important a good couch is.
We're all just humans.
Very important.
We're all just humans.
If you don't have a good couch, gotta get one.
Okay. So, both of you guys, you've talked people into the hardware store to buy them. Because we do go into the hardware stores, I know, to buy them couches. But can you talk the boys and the girls into the building? Tokyo Dome, January 4th and 5th. New beginning at end of January as well, whether in the US or in America. Bring it home here.
All right. It's pretty. I mean, this is the biggest Tokyo Dome Wrestle Kingdom ever. Wrestle Kingdom 14 is over 2 days. You're gonna get if you do not reach your wrestling fullness after that weekend, then I'm sorry.
Then come to the new
your appetite your appetite cannot be satiated. All right, we're about to give you. How many? Can we say how many matches there are yet? We don't even know.
16 matches in 2 days.
60 matches in 2 days.
And then who knows what's going to happen on the 6th?
You're going to be stuffed to the gills. If you like wrestling, that's your stuff. And if you're in America, especially the Southeast, get your ass to one of those shows because we're going to tear it up.
Come see Hometown Debbie in Atlanta.
Hometown Debbie in Atlanta. Just go on vacation to Miami. Come on, make a weekend out of it. Hello. These are going to be a nice... Small, what do you think, Chris? 1,000, 1,500 seat arenas?
Somewhere up to like 2,000-3,000.
Yeah, so, whatever. That's small, intimate, hot. You're going to get some bangers. We're going to bring all the studs. Come.
Awesome.
As you are.
Too much. We can get about 10 seconds phase. Okay, so yes, that's it. Thank you so much to Juice Robinson, David Finley, Wrestle Kingdom 14 coming out January 4th, 5th, New Year's Dash January 6th. January 24th down to February 1st, new beginning in USA, and we'll be back with more talk sometime soon on the NJPW official English podcast. Thank you for listening. Goki Yenyo. Sayonara.
Kiatsuke.